Light, a silent messenger of time. Light. Is it merely a burst of brightness, or is it the universe's invisible messenger? Today we embark not under the sunlight, but into the very depths of light itself, where each particle hides within it, a letter from time, sent millions of years ago from a dead star, to the blink of your eye. I'm Eve, and you're watching Tales by Eve, where imagination often falls short before the wonders of reality. Light. We see it. But have we ever felt that light might be seeing us? Quantum physics says, yes. Light doesn't just guide, it shapes the universe. What is real, what is possible, depends on light's presence and its observation. Is light merely a wave or a particle, or a mysterious entity standing in between? We will follow the path of light from the core of the sun, to the cell of a leaf, then to the pupil of an eye, and from there to the darkest voids of the cosmos. This story includes Einstein's relativity, the dual nature of the photon, light warped by black holes, and the terrifying truth that without light there is no time, no space, nothing at all. Come, let's begin a journey where we don't just see light, we listen to it, try to understand what it's been telling us all along. Because perhaps light is the only truth that has been speaking to us forever without ever making a sound. Let's follow the light one step deeper, where we don't just see light, we try to understand what it truly is. Episode 2. Is light a particle, a wave, or something more? The light you're sitting in right now, is it swaying like a wave, or striking your eyes like tiny particles? Science is puzzled. Light is both particle and wave. In the 17th century, Isaac Newton said, "Light is a particle. Tiny particles rush into the eye, and that's when we see." On the other hand, Huygens argued, "No, light is a wave. It refracts, reflects, and diffracts, just like a wave does." And so the debate continued for centuries. Who was right? Then came the year 1801. A scientist named Thomas Young demonstrated through the double-slit experiment that light is a wave. When light is sent through two slits, it interferes with itself. This can only happen if it's a wave. The debate ended. Everyone accepted that light is a wave. But the universe was waiting with a surprise. A young patent clerk named Albert Einstein said, "No, light is also a particle." He explained the photoelectric effect, which could only be possible if light was made of particles. So, on one side, light is made of particles called photons, and on the other side, it's a rhythm of wavelengths and frequencies. An unbelievable duality. If you call it a wave, it behaves like one. If you treat it as a particle, it acts accordingly. It's like a magical entity that changes form based on how you look at it. But the question doesn't end there. Knowing what light is, that's not enough. Now the question is, how does light know you're looking at it? How does it know your gaze, your measurement, your question? The answer lies deep in the realm of quantum physics, where observation itself creates reality. Come, in episode 3, let's descend into that mystery, where light is not just seen, but understood. Let's enter the episode where light's very existence depends on your gaze. Episode 3. Does light know you're watching? Light was moving, silent, soundless, flawless in its path. But then, you measured it. Your gaze, your question, stood in the way of light. This happened in one of the most mysterious experiments in the quantum world. the double-slit experiment. This experiment is like a poem, but written in the language of science, where every line suggests reality depends on whether you're watching. What is the experiment? Imagine you've made two narrow slits in a wall. Beyond it is a screen. You're sending a single photon, a particle of light, one at a time. You'd expect it to go through either slit 1 or slit 2. But no, light interferes with itself. Even a single particle goes through both slits at once, as if it were a wave. Strange enough, but the real shock comes when you try to observe which slit the light goes through. At that moment, because of your gaze, light fixes itself as a particle. Its wave nature disappears. The interference pattern vanishes. Reality changes, just because you looked. So, does light know it's being observed? Yes. Quantum physics says, observation turns a possibility into reality. Light is a kind of entity that defines its nature based on your attention, as if nature itself whispers, if you watch me, I will change. Did you know scientists now call this the observer effect? It's not just about light. It's a universal truth. The observer becomes part of reality itself. So the question arises, are you merely observing the universe? Or are you creating it? Come, in episode 4, let's move toward that terrifyingly beautiful truth, where time, reality, and even cause and effect dance in rhythm with light. Episode 4, Light and Time. A one-way journey or a circle. We all know time moves forward. Like the hands of a clock, day turns into night, childhood into old age. But have you ever wondered, why does time move forward? Why can't you see the future? Why are you born before you die? The answer to this question is hidden somewhere within light. When you light a candle, the light spreads at a speed of 300,000 kilometers per second. But when you see the light, you're actually seeing the past. When you see the sun in the morning, you're seeing the sun from 8 minutes ago. When light from a distant star reaches your eyes, it might be from 100,000 years ago. The older the star, the older its light. Even the reflection that enters your eye right now is from a moment ago. There's no such thing as the present, only the light of memories. So does time stand still? No, rather, light determines the flow of time. Einstein said, if you could travel at the speed of light, time would stop. From a photon's perspective, no time passes at all. The moment it's born, it reaches its destination in the same instant. So, is time real? Or is time just what happens when there is no light? Cyclical time. Ancient civilizations believed time moves in circles, where the end of birth is death, and after death, birth again. Is light the same? A photon is created, strikes somewhere, then reflects and returns, a cycle, a loop. Quantum physics says, possibilities spread in all directions into the future and even the past. Light may not only travel forward, but even backward in time, at least in calculations, in theory. So where do we stand? We are travelers on the road of time, but it is light that draws the road. Light tells us who comes first, who comes later, what is real and what is memory. Without light, time is a blind world. Come, in episode 5, let's dive into that strange world where light does not exist, where time is distorted, and the universe tells us even light cannot escape from here. Yes, the next destination, black hole. Let us now step into that boundary where light comes to a halt, where time becomes distorted and reality falls silent. Episode 5. When light stops the silence. Inside a black hole. You know, light never stops. It races forward, endlessly cutting through time, piercing through space. But what if there were a place where even light couldn't escape? That place is called a black hole. How is a black hole born? Imagine a star, many times larger than our sun. It has reached the end of its life. Its core has run out of fuel. It collapses under its own weight, and its own gravity devours it. After the final collapse, it transforms into a terrifying point, called a singularity. It is a point where density becomes infinite, and space-time shatters. Around it forms an invisible wall, the event horizon. This is a boundary once crossed. Even light cannot return. Why can't light return? Because within this boundary, gravity is so intense, even light bends. And once it crosses that line, its speed is no longer enough to escape. It is trapped. Here, light cannot find a path, because time itself turns against it. Here, the only future is one destination, the singularity, the death of time. Even the hands of your clock don't tick here. To an outside observer, if you fall into a black hole, they'll see you gradually freeze, as if you've turned to ice within time. But for you, from your own frame of reference, you'll suddenly pass beyond all boundaries of time. There is no later here. Everything happens at once. This is a place where the meaning of time and space changes. So is a black hole silent light? No. It is a lightless reality, a mute reflection, where we know nothing, yet everything disappears into it, even our knowledge. But here's the wonder. A black hole does not just consume, it also holds the key to life information. Stephen Hawking once said information is never destroyed. Then where does all the light, the particles, the history go? From this very question arose a new conflict: quantum mechanics versus general relativity. Come, in episode 6, we journey into that conflict where light becomes a carrier of information, and the black hole becomes the universe's most mysterious magician. Does a black hole devour information or preserve it? Let us confront that mystery today, where the two greatest forces in science stand face to face. On one side, the bending of time and the path of light. On the other, the unbreakable law of information conservation. Episode 6. Do black holes consume information or store it? Imagine you have a book that holds your birth, love, mistakes, dreams, lost letters, and you toss that book into the belly of a black hole. Does the story vanish? Or does the black hole silently remember it all? This question has shaken the very foundation of physics. It's not just an astrophysical puzzle. It's a question of identity. Do we ever truly disappear? Hawking's shockwave. In 1974, Stephen Hawking made a revolutionary claim. Black holes can evaporate. This became known as Hawking radiation. In quantum vacuum, particles and antiparticles constantly pop in and out. If a pair appears at the edge of a black hole, one may fall in, while the other escapes, causing the black hole to slowly lose mass. Eventually, it could vanish entirely. And here's where the terrifying question arises. What happens to all the information that fell in? Does it burn away into nothing? Or does it somehow linger in the universe? Can information be destroyed? Quantum mechanics says information is never lost. Everything that ever happens is recorded, no matter how far or fine. But Hawking's theory implied information disappears. That breaks a core principle of quantum physics. Science was torn between these two extremes. Hawking versus Hawking? Later, Hawking himself admitted, maybe I was wrong. Perhaps information isn't destroyed, but leaves an imprint on the surface of the black hole. This led to what's known as the holographic principle, where all three-dimensional information can be stored on a two-dimensional surface. It is as if the entire universe is a holographic movie, and what we experience as reality is just a projection. So, what is a black hole, really? Not just a devourer, but a vault, a silent library where the path of every photon, the light of every kiss, the vibration of every tear, remains as a shadow. The black hole stays silent, but never forgets. Come, in episode 7, we confront the deeper truth where information becomes light, and light becomes the language of life. Extraordinary. You are ready, and I bring to you the episode where information and consciousness are woven together in a single thread. After today's story, you might wonder, am I nothing more than a tangle of information? Episode 7 is information itself, consciousness. Imagine you've disappeared. No name, no body, no birth or death. Only your memories, thoughts, and experiences remain. Is that still you? Then the question arises, what is consciousness made of? Particles? Light? Or information? Our brain, a jungle of information. Every day, billions of pieces of information flow through your brain. Somewhere, touch gets stored. Somewhere, sound. Somewhere, scent. A feeling becomes a word. A word becomes a decision. When you say I, is it just a structural result of data? Or is the source of consciousness hidden within that very data? Quantum consciousness. Scientists Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff proposed consciousness doesn't emerge from neurons, but from quantum vibrations at the molecular level. They called it orchestrated objective reduction, OR. According to them, consciousness is not a mechanical process, but a kind of quantum awakening. In essence, consciousness is a cloud of information, one that exists independent of time, space, and even the body. If consciousness is information, then where does it go after death? Some say consciousness never truly vanishes. Rather, it spreads into the depths of the universe. It lingers as a quantum shadow, which might one day awaken again somehow, somewhere. And sometimes, when you feel something, doesn't it seem like, I've felt this before? Perhaps that is the echo of old data. Is consciousness the native language of the universe? You, me, trees, rocks, like everything is made of information. But consciousness? Could it be more? Or is consciousness itself the source of information, a cosmic framework through which the universe expresses itself? Then why not say consciousness, organized information? So if black holes, photons, and particles can carry information in any form, then maybe, in some other reality, we can return again as information, as light, as feeling. Come, in episode 8, let's search for that ancient message hidden in the triangle of water, light, and consciousness. The message that once whispered, "Let there be life." So. Episode 8. The sound hidden in water, the first vibration of creation. In the beginning, there was nothingness, and then a pulse. It is said that from that very vibration, water was awakened, not as waves in a deep ocean, but as the first trembling at a molecular level, whispering, "I exist." Life began in water, that much we know. But what if I told you not just life, but consciousness was also born in water? Water is not just a chemical substance. It holds a sensitive structure that responds to sound, feeling, and touch. Japanese researcher Masaru Emoto demonstrated how water changes its structure when exposed to different words. When told love, it forms beautiful, harmonious shapes. When told hate, it shatters into broken patterns. This raises a question: does water listen? And if it listens, does it remember? So what was the first sound? Sacred texts, ancient philosophies, modern science, they all echo a similar truth. Creation began with a sound. In Hindu philosophy, Om. In the Bible, let there be light. In Islam, Kun, and it is. But were these sounds meant for ears to hear? Or were they vibrations that pierced through the primordial water, declaring, "You shall become"? Water, the universe's first listener. Water is not merely a chemical. It is a sentient medium. When sound enters water, its structure, memory, and nature change. Water then begins to glow, sometimes twitching like a skin itch, sometimes pulsing silently like a sacred chant. And perhaps these vibrations, these rhythms gave birth to the first cell of life. Does water store information? If you play a specific vibration to a drop of water, its structure changes. So does that structure hold a memory? And when that water reaches a living cell, does it pass that memory on? Could we ourselves be inheritors of some ancient cosmic vibration? Everything began with a sound. But that sound wasn't quite a sound. It was a silence, a glimmer, a call before the light. And that call struck the water, awakened it, and said, "Now, you shall be life. Come." In episode 9, let us uncover the shadow, where water's memory and light together draw. The first portrait of life. Episode 9. Memory painted on water. The mystery of DNA and the cosmic code. So come, let us stand before the door, where the memory of water and the language of light blend together to create a cosmic design. That design is you, me, all of us. Its name is DNA. Asterisk, asterisk. Imagine one day you ask a drop of water, "Who are you?" Asterisk, asterisk. It doesn't stay silent. It shows you a spiral staircase, with every step inscribed in a universal language. We call that language DNA. But nature says, "This is my poem." What is DNA? DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is more than just an organic chemical. It is a repository of information, an ancient code, where it's written how you will look, what you'll eat, when you'll laugh, even when you might cry. The question arises, who wrote this code? The role of water in the formation of DNA. DNA was formed in an environment filled with water, heat, light, and a deep, slow vibration. Water wasn't just a medium. Water was a life-giving artist. The nitrogen bases spiraling along the twin staircase of DNA. They find their place through water. Like a melody finds rhythm in a beat. But is DNA just information? Or is it a memory image? In every cell of your body, your DNA is written. And within that writing lies the memory of ancient wetlands, the dance of prehistoric seas, the scent of the sun's first touch. DNA knows which animal your ancestors feared, whose scent made them fall in love, which song first brought them to tears. These memories aren't coded in text, but in vibrations and structures. DNA and the cosmic code. Astronomers say the universe moves to a subtle mathematical rhythm. The Earth's rotation, the birth of stars, the pulse of photon soul seem to follow a deep programming language. And now, science is finding echoes of that rhythm within the structure of DNA. Pi, the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio. These aren't just in math. They are hidden in the very twists and turns of DNA. As if the same hand wrote the stars, the water, and you. DNA, a living music. Some say DNA is not just something to be read, but also to be heard. Each twist is a note, each bass a rhythm playing to the music of a realm, where information, music, consciousness. Then what are we? A very ancient image of water, still present in every kettle and every breath, in every vibration whispering. You and I are the same story, the same water, the same song of light. Come, in episode 10, we'll step into that silent room where water does not speak, but carries through waves the complete history of feeling. Episode 10. The language of water, heard by the heart, not the ear. You are part of a journey where silence, not sound, speaks. Today we enter a space where water makes no noise, yet the heart trembles. Imagine this. You're sitting on a quiet night, surrounded by stillness, the air unmoving, only the sound of raindrops, gently tapping against the window pane. But is that tap-tap really just a sound? Or is it a language? One that resonates not in your ears, but in your heart. Our body made of water. We are made of about 70% water. But here, water is not just a liquid, it's a wave-sensitive medium. When you feel sorrow and 'tis flawless, that only a chemical reaction. Or a wordless cry, where every drop says, I am feeling. Water's sensitivity. Japanese researcher Masaru Emoto showed water's structure changes with emotion. But we take it a step further. Water doesn't just respond, water listens. Water understands. Water speaks. Yet its language isn't heard by ears, it's felt on the skin, in the heart, and most deeply in memory. Silent music of water. Every river flows to a rhythm. Every wave rises to a beat. Science tells us sound is a form of vibration, and water holds that vibration in its molecular dance. So when a mother bathes her child in water, she isn't just cleansing, she's passing on a wordless history through touch. The song water plays in the heart. Did you know many forms of music therapy work through water? Because our cells can listen, they sense the melody that travels through water. So, when someone says, this song makes my heart feel fluid, like water, it isn't just poetic. It's science too. Water, language, love. One single source. Language isn't just words. Language is touch, sight, emotion. And the carrier of all this is water. Ancient Ayurveda calls water a carrier of sensation. When we drink water, we don't just hydrate our body, we send ripples through the mind as well. So is water a living language? No, water is not a language. Water is language. It tells you when to be still, when to weep, and when to touch someone in silence and say, I am here. Come. In episode 11, we'll uncover the secret where water and memory come together to form the blueprint of rebirth. Perhaps someday, a single drop of water will call you again. Come back! Episode 11. Does water remember us after death? After every ending, something always remains unsaid. A final letter, a single tear. And that tear, is it merely a symbol of sorrow? Or does it remember our final breath, our final hope, even our existence? Water at the moment of death. Have you ever noticed? At the moment of someone's passing, a family member often says, give a little water. This is not just a physical need. It's a primordial kala, longing for life's final touch to come through water. The ancient Egyptians believed the soul finds its way through the water offered during ritual. They would place sacred water beside the body, not just as a worldly item, but as a carrier of consciousness, cellular memory and death. Even after death, the cells in the body don't die immediately. For a short while, they still carry the rhythm of life. And the main medium of that rhythm, water. Water retains the final breath's vibration, the warmth of the last feeling. Some say, before a body grows cold, water quietly whispers memories within. Rebirth, return, renewal. Across the world, many cultures hold beliefs about rebirth. Some philosophies say the soul is eternal, the body is just a vessel for the journey. But inside that vessel was water. So could it be that through water, memory transfers? If water can hold memory, perhaps that memory leaves behind traces in a future life. That unexplained fear, that sudden joy, that strange pull toward a stranger. Perhaps these are unspoken echoes, left in the water from a previous life. Stellar water within your body. Water was formed billions of years ago, then it spread from star to star, from planet to planet, from body to body. The water you drink today may once have been someone's tears. The drop of water you now swallow may have once carried a particle of life released at the death of a distant star. So, does water remember us? Perhaps it does. Water carries our tears, laughter, sorrow, love, and even death, if only for a little while. Water doesn't just flow, it carries. It carries stories, life, and you. Now, let's take a step further. If water can remember, can it also see what's coming? Come. In episode 12, we'll face the form of water that paints reflections of the future in wave after wave. Episode 12, The Mirror of Water. Does it paint the future before it arrives? Let us look today into a mirror, not one made of glass, but of water. A mirror where reflections don't just show your face, they may also reveal the shadows of the future. The future word we never truly know, yet we constantly paint it in imagination. But have you ever wondered, does water already know which path you'll choose? No, it doesn't tell the future, but maybe it hints at it. Ancient water prophecies. In ancient Greece, China, India, and Africa, there were rituals to gaze into water for glimpses of the future. A bowl of still water would be observed, its ripples, reflections, and lines of mist interpreted. It wasn't just a mirror, they believed. Water was a narrator of what's to come. Where water ripples, time flows. Such was the belief. Can water molecules sense the future? Modern quantum physics suggests 7. A particle can anticipate its future state. That is, a particle holds within it a set of possibilities until someone observes it. Even a single droplet of water, its hydrogen bonds are always in motion. And those vibrations are like a musical rhythm, hinting, perhaps, at the next note, the next verse. Does water hold signals from the future? Science has shown water can respond to magnetic, electric, and sound waves around it. Even before a word is spoken, if you simply think it, water's structure reacts. So do our thoughts, fears, and intentions extend waves into the future. And does water, in its quiet listening, create a mirror, one without doctrine or language, that reflects those frequencies? Dreams water in consciousness. In dreams, we often see glimpses of the future, sometimes just moments, sometimes an entire tomorrow. Many people have shared that what they once dreamed or sensed came true. Is that purely the work of the mind? Or does it come from a deeper place, from within the water of the body, where memory, time, and emotion are woven together? Perhaps the water in your body already felt the vibration before it arrived. Is the future harsh in water's mirror? No, water doesn't speak the future. It simply holds possibilities, possibilities you can sense from the deepest layers of your mind. In nature, everything follows a rhythm, and water is a guide to that rhythm. So, does water know the future? Perhaps not in certainty, but water reflects your thoughts, feelings, and potential. And sometimes, in that reflection, you catch a glimpse of tomorrow. Come, in episode 13, let's return to the place where water first spoke to light and life's first spiral was born. The natural computer, water's coding method. Episode 13, the natural computer, water's coding technique. Let us return to a place where water first spoke to light and life's first spiral began, a moment that gave birth to the world's earliest code. What if water doesn't just flow, but writes data, forms structure, and begins to build life in the language of coding? Today, we dive into that hidden code where water is not just a liquid, but an invisible carrier of information. Water doesn't just flow through life, it computes it. Water is not just a stream flowing through our lives, it is a complex system for storing and processing data. In fact, this tiny drop of water might be the oldest computer in the universe. The molecular dance of water. Water molecules are always in motion, dancing with one another, forming connections that create a complex pattern of information flow. Inside just one droplet, there are billions upon billions of data points, perhaps holding the keys to life's greatest secrets. A reservoir of information, the water within our cells, isn't just a chemical fluid. It's a biocomputerome that stores, processes, and transmits data. Is this merely chemical reaction? Or is it a deep stream of encoded memory, flowing across generations? An ancient form of quantum computing? Quantum physics tells us that the quantum states of water molecules can shift and adapt, offering a natural medium for data processing. Maybe water itself is a living computer encoding all information of the universe and constantly updating with time. The code of life. The first life on Earth may have emerged through water's code. Molecules transformed, evolved, and this very transformation became a first language of life. So, is water just water? No. Water is a vessel of memory, information, and life. A natural computer that writes and composes our very existence. Come, in the next episode, we will explore the extraordinary power of water, how it connects to human memory and emotion, and how it might shape the way we feel, remember, and even love. Episode 14. The union of water and the brain's memory, emotion. Let us enter today into a mysterious cycle where water and the brain meet, in a strange and beautiful dance of memory and emotion. Our brain is made up of nearly 70% water. But having water alone isn't enough. How does this water hold memory? And how does it spread the waves of emotion? Water and neurons. The brain's neurons live in a watery environment, where water acts as a carrier of information. Through vibrations and waves, water transmits the signals between neurons. These signals shape our thoughts, our feelings, and our memories. Water and electrochemistry. Water conducts electricity, which helps facilitate the brain's chemical reactions. And this electrochemical process is one of the main channels of memory formation. Emotional waters. Water is not just a carrier of data, it is also a medium of emotion. When we cry, our tears are not merely physical, they are the outward flow of inner feelings. Does water hold memory? Research suggests that water changes its structure in response to emotion. That's why many say water is the first language of emotion. The friendship between water and the brain. In the past, we believed the brain alone held our memories. But now, we are beginning to understand water also plays a vital role in memory's path. Come, in the next episode we'll explore: can water protect itself in nature? And more curiously, can it learn? Episode 15. Can water defend itself? Nature's capacity to learn. Today, let us take a closer look at a strange and fascinating defense mechanism where water learns to protect itself and carries within it the potential to learn. Reaction and adaptation. Though water may seem simple, it holds within an extraordinary system of defense. Every drop knows how to shield itself from harm in its environment. Water molecules respond swiftly, reforming bonds, adapting to changes in their surroundings. This adaptation is a form of primitive learning, a mechanism for survival. Memory and the foundations of learning. Some studies suggest that water molecules can retain structural patterns for short periods. This means water is capable of holding temporary memory, a subtle strategy to respond to environmental shifts. The dance of waves and signals. Hidden in the dance of water's waves are messages, signals that travel from one drop to another. One droplet can whisper to the next: a storm is coming. Prepare yourself. Natural intelligence? Are these signals just chemical reactions? Or could this be a glimpse of natural intelligence? Can water really learn? Perhaps. In nature, nothing is truly impossible. Water, a living medium of learning and defense. Water is not just a source of life, it is a living entity that can adapt, respond, and perhaps even learn. In the next episode, we'll journey with water as it travels through the vast unknowns of outer space. Episode 16, Water in Space, a journey into the cosmic abyss. Let us begin a journey into the infinite cosmos, where water drifts in unfamiliar forms. On a mysterious voyage through the void of space, water beyond Earth, water exists far beyond our planet in the form of ice, gas, even on distant dwarf planets. This water reminds us, the potential for life isn't limited to Earth. Planets draped in ice, Ganymede, Europa, Enceladus moons in our solar system, covered in icy crusts. Beneath them lie deep, dark oceans, potential cradles of alien life. The galactic drift of water. Water travels across galaxies, carrying the seeds of life. One droplet could be the beginning of an entire new world. Water and the spread of life. Perhaps Earth's water was once a cosmic wanderer seeding planets, harboring life within its core. It holds a potential we've only just begun to imagine. Cosmic water, a bridge between life and future. Water is not just a liquid, it's a messenger of the universe, whispering that life may bloom in corners of infinity we cannot yet see. In the next episode, we'll explore water's extraordinary power, its role not just in building life, but in shaping the very roots of human culture. Episode 17, The Touch of Water, the origins of human culture. Let us now walk the path of the past, where water was more than life-giving. It was the silent force behind the birth of human culture. Ancient water and sacredness. From ancient Egypt to the Indus Valley, from the Maya to Hindu rituals, water was revered as a symbol of life, purity, and rebirth. Water in art and literature. Water has inspired poems, paintings, and tales, its flow echoing the passage of time and the movement of human emotion. The foundation of civilization. Human settlements rose near rivers. Civilizations flourished on the strength of water supply. Without water, history would be incomplete. Water, the first language of civilization. Water was our first bond with the world. Its touch, etching the early pages of history. In the next episode, we'll uncover the science of water, how it's transforming life today, from healing to high technology. Episode 18, Water in Modern Science, a new chapter of mystery. Let us now explore the science of today, where water is no longer seen as just a liquid, but a bearer of hidden powers waiting to be revealed. The strange properties of water. Water exists in all three common states, yet its molecules organize themselves in astonishing ways, constantly reshaping with changes in the environment. Nanotechnology and water. Through nanotechnology, we've discovered water's structure adapts to its surroundings, and this very structure transports data inside the cells of life. Water and climate change. As climate change intensifies, understanding how water's quality evolves is urgent. Water has become a vital sign of Earth's health. Water in modern science. A new awareness. Science now sees water as a complex system, not merely a life giver, but a potential vessel of memory and consciousness. In the next episode, we'll ask, Can water be the key to future technologies? Episode 19. Water Future Technology. A New Horizon. Let us now enter the world of tomorrow, where water holds the key to unlocking a new era of innovation. Bionics and water. In bionic devices, water is being used to store and transport information. Its molecules function as living data capsules. Energy storage and water. From water we extract eco-friendly energy like hydrogen fuel, a possible future for green power across the planet. Water and artificial intelligence. Water's ability to process data is aiding AI in protecting biodiversity and preserving our planet's delicate balance. Water, the life of future technology. Water is no longer just an element, it's the spark of a technological revolution. In the final episode, we will reflect on water's cosmic journey from the birth of life to the future of existence. Episode 20. Water Eternal Companion, from life's dawn to the edge of the universe. Today, we close an intimate chapter of an epic journey, the story of water, which binds the tale of life and the cosmos. A drop that speaks of the universe. One drop of water tells the story of a universe from the first spark of life to the astonishing rise of today's technologies. The origin of birth. Water was the first home, where the seeds of life began to bloom. From the ancient oceans to today's flowing rivers, everything lives through water. Rebirth and unbroken flow. Water maintains continuity in its flow, carrying memory and energy, building a bridge between humankind and nature. The living tale of the universe. Water is not confined to Earth alone. It drifts through the farthest corners of the cosmos, kindling the light of hope for life elsewhere. Our responsibility to honor water is to protect our own existence and future, for within water lies the secret to all life. Not an end, but a beginning. This is not the end of a journey, but the start of a new chapter. Water is the silent messenger of time, carrying the story of life through eternity. Light, the silent messenger of time. I'm Eve, and you've been watching Tales by Eve, where imagination doesn't surpass science. Science surpasses imagination.
I walked through storms that had no end. I spoke to silence like a friend. The world forgot, but I remained. A name unspoken, still unchanged. Breathe in the fire, don't run away. Your heart's a drum, the dark can't play. Built from ruins, shaped by stars, we rise like echoes chasing stars. No light is lost, just waiting near. Your soul's a storm that'll learn to fear. just waiting near. Your soul's a storm they'll learn to fear. Breathe in the fire, don't run away. Your heart's a drum the dark can't play. Built from ruin, shaped by stars, we rise like echoes chasing stars. No light is lost, just waiting near. Your soul's a storm they'll learn to fear. Lost, just waiting near. Your soul's a storm they'll learn to fear.